Oh my god, my hair getting longer and longer. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that everyone loves time lapses. But anyway, there is like a simple way to make them look even cooler. That is what I'm going to teach you today. So let's get started. So today I'm going to show you how to turn your time lapses from this to this. So it is only a little change, but you know, it's always little things that matter the most. And this technique is honestly so easy to do. So there are two different ways to make a time lapse. The first way is to set your camera somewhere, to press record and then to wait, and then when you feel that your time-lapse should end, you just press record again. In post you speed up your video and you have your time-lapse. The second way is to take a bunch of pictures, for an example every 5 seconds, and maybe like 250 images, then you put them all together to create one video, which will be your time-lapse. So in the first way, where you just press record and then wait, this motion blur effect is really easy to add. So you go in Premiere Pro, you import your video, so then you press Ctrl R, then you choose the speed. So in this case I will speed up my video by 10,000%, and then instead of just pressing OK, you will switch from frame sampling to frame blending. Then you press OK and you have your motion blur effect. So now in the second case, where you take a bunch of pictures and then put them all together in Premiere Pro, you don't add that motion blur effect in post-production, you add it in camera. So to do it, instead of taking normal pictures, you will take long exposure pictures. So to do that, you go in manual, you close the iris and you make a picture which is exposed longer. Like that, everything which goes in front of the lens will be blurry. When you have your pictures, you go into your project, you click import, you select the first picture and then you click on that little box and you press OK. That will create a video with all those pictures. And you have your time lapse. Okay, so now for the pros and cons. First, let's start with the pros of the video technique. It is the best way to use in an indefinite period of time. For example, if you wanna shoot your meal at the restaurant, you don't know for how much time you are going to eat, so you just set your camera, press record, and then when you are done eating, you press again and you're done. The second thing, it's more flexible. You can go a tiny bit faster or you can go a lot more faster. Now for the cons, this technique uses a lot of space. So now for the pros of the photo technique, your time lapses will be in a better quality. If you take a 60 megapixels picture, it's like 8K, so it will be a much higher quality. And also this technique is way lighter than the other one, because you are, for example, taking only a pictures every 5 seconds, so the file of your time-lapse will be way lighter than the video techniques. Now for the cons, when you are shooting a time-lapse using the photo technique, you will be stuck for a certain amount of time. So if you want to make a time-lapse of 60 pictures every 60 seconds, you will shoot your time-lapse during 1 hour. But the problem is that if the interesting thing was only in the first 20 minutes, you are stuck with 40 other minutes with nothing interesting. So for that, it's way less flexible than the first technique. And also the last cons of that technique is that if you want to add motion blur, you have to take long exposure pictures. In a really bright day, if you want to take long exposure pictures, even if you close your iris, your picture might be overexposed, so you won't be able to add motion blur in your time lapse. As you saw, there is not one better technique. So be creative with those time-lapse, try it out, try both techniques and go out and shoot. That's it for what I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, to subscribe and to share this video. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shoo!